Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Shifts in Pucks News Pack for Friday. It's Friday, everyone. Friday, March the 4th. You can follow us, of course, on Twitter at Shifts and Pucks, Facebook, Facebook.com Shifts and Pucks, YouTube.com Shifts and Pucks, Twitch.com Shifts and Pucks, and subscribe wherever you get your audio, as well as the Area 51 Sports Network. Follow us on there as well as we to remind you, of course, before we get into the news of the day in hockey, that we have our contest with the Pagan Duke in Calgary, where you can win tickets to the Vancouver Canucks and Calgary Flames, the two teams that we focus mostly on this podcast, with tickets to that game on April the 23rd. Uh, Tickets to the game, opportunity to hang out at the Pig and Duke and hang out with Sean, Chris, and Devin. You enter that contest by retweeting our news packs, our podcast clips, all of that, as well as messaging our word of the week, which is in Monday's episode. We did a post game show with after the Vancouver Canucks New Jersey Devils. We talked about the Canucks. Then we spent Wednesday talking about the Flames. Next week, it's a bit different because the Calgary Flames and Edmonton Oilers are having the Battle of Alberta on Monday. We're going to do a pregame show. Calgary Flames, Edmonton Oilers pregame podcast. And then on Wednesday, the Montreal Canadiens are in town against the Vancouver Canucks. That will be a pregame show. So we're switching things around next week. But let's focus on what happened just quickly. We'll touch on last night's game between Vancouver. We'll go first with the earlier game, which was Vancouver and the Islanders. Vancouver wins 4-3 as uh, as Niels Höglander gets his first goal in 20 games. We'll just touch on the summary there, as it was Noah Dobson that opened the scoring with his 10th. By the way, Noah Dobson leading the league defenseman in goals since Christmas. He scored a 337 in the second, 1-0. Brad Hunt got his first. That was unassisted to tie it at 1. JT Miller got his 21st from Brock Besser and Quinn Hughes to make it 2-1. Kyle Palmieri tied it late. What a nice little one-timer from Adam Pelech and Jean-Gabriel Pageau to tie it at 2. That was after 2 periods. And then Anthony Beauvillier made it 3-2 with an unassisted goal, his ninth at 149. But Niels Höglander got his ninth of the year, first since New Year's Day, from Connor Garland and Quinn Hughes. And then Vasily Podkolzin, his 10th from Bo Horvat to make it 4-3. So the Vancouver Canucks win the game 4-3. They outshot the Islanders 38-27. 0-2 on the power play. The Islanders 0-0. And the Calgary Flames played the Montreal Canadiens last night, and their franchise winning home winning streak is over. But franchise record home winning streak is over. Canadians drew a tough matchup. May have been a game that the Flames may have overlooked, but the Flames did get the scoring started. Blake Coleman got his 12th from Andrew Mangiapane and Michael Backlund to make it 1-0. Jeff Petrie, his fourth, tied it as the Canadians had two-man advantage 5-on-3 opportunities. Jeff Petrie from Nick Suzuki and Arturi Lehkonen tied it at 1. Johnny Gaudreau, an unassisted goal, opened the scoring in the second period to make it 2-1, and then Andrew Mangiapane got his 29th to make it 3-1 from Toffoli and Jacob Markstrom. Then Nick Suzuki, though, cut the lead to 3-2. He scored on the power play there, made it 3-2. Ben Sherratt, name commonly linked to trade rumors from Mike Hoffman and Nick Suzuki, opened the third to tie it at 3. And at 17:15, Mike Hoffman from Laurent Default and Ben Sherratt made it 4-3. And then Elias Lindholm got his 25th from Andrew Mangiapane and Rasmus Anderson before Ben Sherratt at 103 knocked in the winner. At the 103 mark, as mentioned, Rem Pitlick and Mike Hoffman got the assists. Montreal outshot Calgary 35-34. Mike Hoffman had a 4-point night as well. Nick Suzuki had 6 shots on goal and 3 points. Ben Sherratt had 3 points, 24-49 of ice time. Andrew Mangiapane, 3 points, 4 shots on goal. Led the way for the Flames. Chris Tanev 23-19 of ice time. So both teams are in action tomorrow. The Canucks, of course, are off to Toronto to face the Maple Leafs. The Flames are off to Colorado to face the Colorado Avalanche. So that will be it's probably one of the games of the week to look forward to this weekend. But to focus on the games tonight, as we start to look at that, looking ahead here, we get the Minnesota Wild taking on the Buffalo Sabres. The Wild coming in at third place, 32-17-3, 67 points. Third place in the Central Division. The Sabres, of course, are in 42 points. We also have the Detroit Red Wings taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. By the way, the Minnesota won yesterday 5-4 over the Flyers, so they're looking for back-to-back wins there. The Detroit Red Wings taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Lightning, coming off a 5-1 loss to the Pittsburgh Penguins, will come out very snarly, facing the 24-6 Detroit Red Wings. The New Jersey Devils will be taking on the New York Rangers. Their Rangers coming in right now in third place with 73 points, 34-15-5. The Dallas Stars and the Winnipeg Jets are playing tonight. The significant for this reason in terms of points percentage, Dallas is a playoff team, 63 points in terms of points percentage, but they're 1 point behind the Vegas Golden Knights, who are holding down that second wild card spot. We'll get to that in a little bit. Winnipeg trying to hang in there, but they're 7 points out. They've won the last two. Big win needed there for there. LA Kings, who sit in second place in the Pacific, are taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets tonight. And then we've got the Vegas Golden Knights taking on the Anaheim Ducks. That's probably the interesting game of the night. The Ducks are 3 points behind the Vegas Golden Knights for that second wild card spot. An interesting tweet today from Peter Bow from here. Peter Bow. If the season ended today, these would be the Western Conference playoff matchups based on point percentage. Colorado, Nashville, Calgary, Dallas, St. Louis, Minnesota, Los Angeles, Edmonton. Vegas trails Edmonton in the tiebreaker, and the Vegas Golden Knights would be out. So that is what's going on there as that Western Conference. The Eastern Conference, in terms of the playoff race, not as interesting as the Western Conference for sure in terms of what's going on there. In other news, focus in Toronto, of course, Leafs are the opponent yesterday. They've been having their goaltending has been a struggle. Kyle Dubas said today he's not concerned with either one of them. He said the team needs to clean up their defensive play. More importantly than he's more concerned and then about that than the goaltending. The Leafs, by the way, did recall a defenseman today. He is Mac Hollywell from the AHL's Toronto Marlies. He has 5 goals and 18 points in 29 AHL games this season. In terms of the other buzz and stuff about in terms of injuries, Zach Werenski is expected to be back in the lineup tonight when the Blue Jackets play the Kings. Nikolai Ehlers is expected to be back when the Winnipeg Jets play the Dallas Stars tonight. So that's a big gain for the Jets as well. The Carolina Hurricanes and Washington Capitals played last night. The Capitals did win, but they're going to have another game coming. Here is they'll be hosting the Washington Capitals in a Stadium Series game on next year, February 18th. It will be Carolina's first outdoor game there. So that's a budding rivalry, a fun team, the Carolina Hurricanes, getting an outdoor game there against the Washington Capitals as well. And As well, in terms of any other news, of course, Duncan Keith had his return last night. The Chicago Blackhawks beat the Oilers. That was there as well. James Reimer for the San Jose Sharks out week to week. That was part of the trade of Andy Stolarz was acquired on Wednesday from the Edmonton Oilers. That's in that is wide. There it's Stalock practiced with them today. He would Reimer out week to week there as well. WHL action this weekend. The Kelowna Rockets have 3 games back to back with Vancouver on Friday and Saturday, and tonight against the Victoria Royals. Bailey Peach and the Victoria Royals there as well, as it'll be a busy weekend of WHL hockey as well. And that is also going on. So we'll have that coverage for you on WHL on Area 51 there as well. So keep an eye out for that. Again, just a reminder, Monday is the Flames pregame show, Calgary Flames, Edmonton Oilers. And then we'll be starting at around 5 Pacific, 6 Mountain, and then Wednesday will be the Canucks pregame show against the Montreal Canadiens. So follow us individually on Twitter, Sean Beardy Canuck03, Tyler TNOBLE, Chris Schneid's SCHNEIDZ. Give Devin a follow as well, Gordhowe09, I am KEBOLE, Shifts and Pucks on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Subscribe, like our videos, retweet for our contests as well. Subscribe to wherever you get your audio. All of us, as well as Area 51 Sportsnet. And thanks, everyone, for listening to the News Pack for Friday, and March the 4th, and we'll talk to you all very soon. Bye for now.